And I just need to pin my picture so I'm big for everybody. That should be it. When we say stand upright, all the detail that you can remember, you try and feel your body changing. So you want to be upright, feel what you do to make it upright. You want to be released. Rather than just thinking of release, pass that thought into your body. So your body starts to soften and change. And they describe it like butter in a microwave from the inside out. The inside of the body softening right through to the skin, affecting the skin, softening the skin. As the muscles release and unwind, the whole structure of the body changes and reorganizes. And we allow the weight to drop down into the feet and what supports us to rise up to the crown of the head. And in between feels very soft and loose. We just bring ourselves to this place where we're really with ourselves. We let the day go. All that's taking place right now is feeling sensations in the body with an intention to release. Coming into the standing posture, feet parallel, bending the knees, pivoting the left, opening on the left, and turning back. And settle down. Make sure any tension in the legs you're releasing and you're allowing your body weight to settle down into the feet. So we arrive at this connected upright posture. We'll quickly go through a few times our stretch. And as we do, we're returning, each time we sink, we're returning to that connected upright place. Hold, and then moving on. So we recognize the sensation of being upright, being fully released on the outside and the inside, and we return to it. Then we flow on. Stretch, release, without stopping at the top and without really stopping at the bottom. We feel the posture, then we flow on. Stretch, we come into ourselves. We sink into the standing connected posture and release. Exactly the same in the form. When we come to a posture that we know, we release into it and we find ourselves in that posture the best we can. Just like we come to the connected upright posture, maybe we come to brush left knee twist step, or maybe we come to lifting hands, or maybe we come to white crane spreads wings. We let ourselves settle into the posture and then flow on. So it's the same thing. What we do in the loosening exercise or the beginning exercises where we find the posture and settle into it is a quality that we look for in the form. We'll do the first of the loosening exercises. Remember, we went through it in detail last week. If you want the detail, look at the recording from last week. We'll just do it together now. I'm going to highlight the key things. You could say when you do this exercise by yourself, you might do 30 swings from one side to the other. The first half a dozen, the first 6 or 7 swings, just make sure you're upright and you're moving freely. Just make sure you're upright and you're moving freely. Just give yourself one thing to check in on. Am I upright? Are my hips leading the movement? Am I moving freely? Just simple policy 6 or 7 times. Then, as you move across, is your knee bending the whole time? As you move towards the leg, is your knee bending the whole time you're sitting into your posture? Is your knee bending the whole time you're sitting into the posture? Feel your knee, take your awareness to your knee and notice if it's bending the whole time you're turning and settling into the posture. Take your awareness to the knee and feel what's taking place. It's bending the whole time you're moving onto it. It doesn't stop bending, it continues to move. So how much is the knee bending? Well, it's not very much. It just moves forward. You can see how far my knee moving forward, just about 1 inch or 2 maximum. But the knee isn't moving very far forward. When the knee moves forward, it doesn't move sideways. If it moves sideways, you're going to feel that on the inside edge of your foot. Your foot will roll onto the inside edge of the foot as the knee collapses. So when the knee bends, it keeps the weight in the center of the foot. So the next half a dozen moves, just make sure your base, and when we say the base, we mean everything from the waist downwards, but especially the knee is moving. Especially the knee is bending. What we don't want is to lock the knee and turn around it. Okay? We want the whole thing to be fluid. Movement everywhere. When one part moves, everything moves. 6 or 7 times looking at the knees. Then grounding and stability. Key important aspect of Tai Chi. Grounding and stability. How do we make our body stabilized? What do I do to ground? So I want to try and bring that into the exercise. So this movement towards the foot, I'm settling. This movement towards the foot, I'm settling like water going down a plug hole. Draw your awareness down through your body and underneath your foot, like a pool of water underneath your foot. Your body is like a tube. The water level is sinking down, 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 down underneath the foot. And the result of that change is that you feel very nice and stable over your feet. And not just stable at the end, but stable throughout the whole of the movement. Stable and in movement. Stable and in movement, not just stable at the end. For beginners, we try and get stable at the end of each move. We get to the end of the move, then we let go of any unnecessary holding and we become more stable. As you get better with your practice, while you're moving, you're thinking and changing, and you keep stable the whole time you turn. So you can see over 30 cycles of the movement, you've started to look at a few different ways into the exercise. You've looked at different principles as you move. You've looked at staying upright. You've looked at keeping your movement fluid and loose. You've looked at the knee bending, the base changing the whole time you move. And now you've trying to find ways of settling and stabilizing and grounding. Key to that, of course, is the lower back releasing. So the upper body can join the hip joints and the lower back releasing. So the upper body can join with the base. Any questions with that? please ask. If not, we'll go straight into exercise number 2. And I'll just talk through very quickly just a couple of things. In exercise number 1, while we're sinking downwards, the arms are releasing. While we're coming up, the arms are opening. Same as the beginning of the form. While we're coming up, the arms are lifting. And while we're sinking, the arms are sinking. So the body does the same thing as the arms. Exercise number 2 is different. The body is sinking. The arms are sinking. The body continues to sink. Look, the arms are lifting now, but the body's continuing to sink. The arms are sinking. The arms are raising while the body continues to sink. So the body is sinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Over that count of 4, the arms drop and lift and drop and lift. So the arms are lifting even while the body's sinking. And then when I come back up, it's the opposite. When I come back up, I'm coming up, but the arms are dropping. I'm coming up and the arms are lifting. I'm coming up and the arms are dropping. I'm coming up and the arms are lifting. I'm explaining so it doesn't get confusing. Important that the sinking is exactly the same as the beginning of the form. It's smooth and it's steady and it lasts 4 seconds or 4 swings of the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the whole body, like a concertina or like a beach ball, is moving. The knees, the hip joints, the lower back, the chest, everything is softening. So then we say, how can I do the exercise and be mindful of all those things? Well, you have to feel the sensations. You have to do it until the body is used to it and comfortable and remembers. And then you go deeper into it and feel the sensation. So let's do it together. Feet parallel, engage the outside edges of the feet. Start with the arms out to 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Don't bring them further back like this. Don't let them be horizontal. Let them be in front of you. Without the arms, it's simply sink, sink, sink. Connected upright posture. Lift, lift, lift. Standing posture. Release, 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 release. Connected upright posture. The same as when we come to here in that exercise. Same posture. Coming up. Smooth up. Then we bring the arms in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the beginning. Now I'm at my lowest. I'm coming up. Everything now is the body coming back up. The arms dropping, body coming up, the body coming up, the body coming up, and the body coming up. We have to make sure we don't end up too extended, and we have to make sure we don't end up too low. Okay, so the top and the bottom don't feel like we're really stretched up, and the bottom doesn't feel like we're really crunching our ankles. We're bobbing between 2 places where there's a little bit of room. We're not at our maximum stretched. We're not at our maximum compressed. There's this buoyancy we're looking for. Let's go. One, 2, 3. Back to the beginning. Sinking. 1, 2. Sinking. 3. Sinking. 4. My lowest position. Coming up. Use the legs to push into the ground. 2, 3, and 4. Sinking. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can I have a look at your number 2 loosening exercise, please? This is the bit you love, where I look at you doing it and give you feedback. Well, I hope so anyway. Good. That's really good. Good. I'm not seeing shoulders lift, which is great. You know, that's a hard thing not to open your arm up and not bring the shoulder up, but the shoulders are staying low and connected, so that's great. We want the shoulders to be connected, not lifted up. Great. The arms can hang a little bit more at the bottom. Most people, the arms, when you drop the arms, take all the tension out. So this position here where the arm comes down, it's all the tension is released. So they're long. They're long. Right? The hands are as long as you can get them. Don't keep them with any holding in here. So don't drop them to here. Drop them right down. So they are pretty much heavy. So let's just do that with a focus on the arms. Heavy arms at the bottom. And see how they just swing up from the elbows. They don't, the forearm doesn't lift up the arms. The forearm doesn't lift the arms. They just swing up from the elbow. This much, this much. So they drop long, swing up, open up, drop long, swing up, open up, drop long, swing, drop long, lock. Good, good. And can you see for the training of Tai Chi, if you find your arms are kind of doing a little bit of this and holding on a little bit, you have to start telling your arm what to do, what you want it to do. You have to get in there somehow and have a bit of a conversation saying, that's no good. That's no good, arm. That muscle, I need to feel how I can control that muscle so I can completely let my arm go at the bottom and not have this habit of doing this. Okay. And it's the same with all the principles. As soon as we notice we're doing something that kind of like, that doesn't quite fit with my Tai Chi idea of what I'm trying to do, you have to change what you're doing. That's the key with Tai Chi, not just to carry on doing it, but to change what you do. And then you can watch your progress, you see. Okay, I'm going to put you back on a different view now, so you see me, hopefully. Any questions with exercise number 2, please?
Yes, I have this question about the arms because
Yeah,
you say they have to be relaxed,
yeah,
but they also need to be not spaghetti arms.
yes.
How do I balance that?
Okay. The direction to be spaghetti arms is for complete beginners.
Okay. Yeah.
Until you can get to spaghetti arms, you can't fill them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the arms never, the arms, you've asked a really, really good question because it's not actually to do with what you do, it's to do with when you do it in your training. If I was to get a complete beginner, I'd say let your arms be as loose as possible, spaghetti arms. Okay,
Yeah.
that gets excess tension out of the arms. We want the arms to be full like a young sapling. We want there
Right.
to be a connection in the arms, but until you can completely let go of the excess tension, you can't put the correct amount of tension back in.
Okay. That's clear for me. Thank you. That's helpful.
So let them drop, but let them stay connected. So it should feel like when they're at the bottom, if someone was to push on your finger, you can feel it in the shoulder. So your arm feels like it's connected.
Yeah.
It's like when you touch into a wall, you can feel a connection between your finger and your shoulder. So the arm has structure. It doesn't want to be so loose that there's no structure to it and that you touch it and it bends like a piece of spaghetti. It wants to have some connection. How much do you take out? Just enough until you've just got the minimum of connection. Because when you go to touch someone and push hands, you don't touch them with spaghetti arms. You touch them with the minimum of connection that's like a live antennae, feeling their body and adjusting to it. And if your arm's spaghetti, you can't adjust because essentially it's dead. There's no life in it. There's no life force in it. You need life force in your arms, but don't practice that at the beginning. At the beginning, just practice softening, softening, softening. And then you can fill your body up with I'll call it life force, but some people might call it chi.
I would. Yeah, well, thank you.
Well, as an
Yeah,
acupuncturist, you know, it's definitely, you know, we all bring our own understanding to what we do, don't we?
yeah, that's
Does that
okay. Yeah,
is that a helpful analysis of that?
yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, great. It's a really good question. Really good question. Great. Okay. I will add that you don't want to be trying to do something super complicated until you can do something easy. Then you build on the easy thing, you refine it, you make it more in depth. So when I say soft arms, it's not wrong. It helps you get to a certain place in order to go further. It's a stepping stone. Stepping stones. Really important to have stepping stones that you can achieve, you know. Otherwise, you're going to go, I'm never going to get this bloody Tai Chi down. It's too flipping complicated. You know, it's doing my head in. You don't want that to happen. You want to enjoy your practice. So you need stepping stones that are achievable. And then you would refine them. Everybody's different. Everyone's different. Let's move on. I'm going to now, from now onwards, I'm going to do loosening exercise number 1 and loosening exercise number 2 every week. And next week, we'll do loosening exercise number 3, and we'll bring these 5 exercises into our pattern of training at the beginning of the class. Let's do some form work.
Luke,
Yeah.
could you say that even if you never did any form work, if you solely practiced the 5 loosening exercises, you've got all the aspects of Tai Chi, obviously not the movement memory and the
You've got a lot in the 5 loosening exercises, yeah. But you see, if you didn't practice the form, when I stopped and had a look at you, you'd be buggered because you wouldn't know what to do. No, jokes aside, yeah, all the principles, pretty much all the principles are in the 5 loosening exercises. What's nice about the loosening exercises, because we do them again and again and again and again, we can really focus on them. Whereas when we're changing and doing all sorts of different moves and you know, it's hard to stay with one principle. We end up getting into the movement rather than the sensations. But yeah, the loosening exercises are really valuable. Okay, let's do the form. Upright posture. Released posture. Feel your feet. Feel the body weight settling on the feet. Loosen everything above. Feel the chest opening widthways. Feel the back opening widthways. Feel the shoulders melting off the rib cage. Feel the elbows opening out as the shoulders move. Feel the attachment of the muscles of the thighs soften, creating space under the buttocks for the lower back to drop open. Feel the throat softening. Feel the diaphragm and abdomen releasing. beginning the form, the knees bend, adjusting so you stay stable. Soon as you come back, feet parallel, just check you're released and connected. Use the legs to come up, then the body, then the arms. Use the legs to release, then the body, then the arms, everything arriving together. So, find the left foot stable, turn open. Find both feet stable, posture. Turn to the corner, step left. Find the centrally stable posture and sink into it. Ward off left. Find the left foot, turn. Step right. Find the centrally stable bow stance. Ward off right, sink. Turn to the 4 o'clock position. Turn back. Find the back foot, stable and upright. Turn open. Turn back. Find both feet, stable, connected, press. Find the back foot, the left foot. Hands separate on the way in, the elbows drop. Find both feet. Push. Find the back foot. Stable. Upright. Turn. Stay upright as you move to the right foot. Keep turning. Stay upright as you turn clockwise, lowering the left hand. Hands on the center line. Turn and lift the left fingers. Slide in the left foot. Keep turning, step out with the left heel. Find the centrally stable bow stance and sink into single whip. You need to make any adjustments to your bow stance. If you need to make any adjustments to your hips or shoulders or gaze, now's a good time to do it in single whip. Find the left foot, turn, scoop with the fingers, slide in the right foot, sink and push out the right heel. Lift hands facing 12. The hands and the gaze are facing 12 o'clock. The body is facing 10:30. Drop the hands, turn open. Turn back and fold the elbow. Step to 10:30, shoulder stroke. Gaze is facing 10:30. The body is facing 9 o'clock. Turning the body as you move on to the front foot. We'll cover this in more detail in another class. Now I'm fully on the right. Wipe down the right arm as I spiral up. White crane spreads wings, finally sinking on the right foot. Drop the right, lift the left. Brush left knee into the center. Find the feet, sinking and connect. Brush left knee, twist step. Play guitar. Lift both hands as you sit back. Sink onto the right foot. Push out the left heel. Play guitar. Brush left knee, twist step. Find both feet. Sit back. Turn open the left foot. Find the right foot. Find the left foot. Slide in the right. Lift. Turn. Place the right heel. Move on to the right foot. Turning the hips as you move on to the right foot. Step left. Find both feet and punch. Palm up with the right. Sit back. Hands separate as you come forwards. Push. Find both feet. Sit back. Find the right foot. Turn. Drop into the left. As you cross hands, step right. Cross hands. Moving on, embrace tiger, return to mountain. Sink to the right foot, find the right foot and turn to 10:30. Stay on the right foot, turning. Move to the left foot, turning. Slide in the right toes, turning. Step with the right heel, turning. Moving into the 50-50 posture, facing 4:30. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Turn the hips to 5:00. Back to 4:30, hands turn over. Roll back. All on the back foot. Find both feet, press. All on the back foot, hands separate as you come forwards, drop the elbows, push. All on the back foot, turn. Pass to the right foot. Single whip facing 10:30. Adjust your posture if you need to. And single whip. Sit back, long in the arms. Left palm up, right palm down. Turn clockwise. Weight is on the right foot. Step left, turning anti-clockwise. Keep turning as you move on to the left foot. Step right. Now is to mortal flat sleeves. Turn and jab to 10:30. Punch under elbow. Facing 9:00. All the weight on the right foot. Open to the right. Close. Facing 9:00. Step straight behind. Step back, the hands change. All the weight 100% on the left foot. Turn open to the left. Turn back, all the weight on the left. Step right. Change hands as you change feet. Turn open on the right, all the weight on the right. Keep the weight on the right. Step left. Change hands as you change weight to the left foot. Second on the left, all the weight on the left. Turn open. Turn back. Step right. Change hands as you pass the weight to the right foot. Last one on the right, turn open, turn back, step left, change hands. Last one on the left, turn open, turn back. Have a look at step back to repulse monkey. If I go from punch under elbow, jab, punch under elbow. So jab is to 10:30, high to the throat. Straight hand from the elbow to the back of the finger. Jab, turn. Fingers on the center line. The finger doesn't drop, doesn't lift, just turns over. Punch under elbow. This is where embrace tiger, this is where step back to repulse monkey starts. Just going to move my screen so you can see my feet, because the stepping is different on this move. All my weight is on the right foot. I'm going to do exactly what we do earlier in the form, which is turn the hips and turn back. I'm not using my left leg at all. My left leg has no weight in it. It's not a spaghetti leg. Imagine your left foot has a £5 note underneath the foot and you don't want someone to take it away. It's got a connection. It's not completely empty and spaghetti-like. For beginners, keep it completely empty. It's alive. You turn open. As you turn open, your hand drops to your hip on the first part of the turn and lifts on the second part of the turn. It folds in as you turn back. This is exactly the same as we've done on other moves in the form. You turn half open, you drop the hand palm up onto the hip joint. Second half of the turn, palm down. So you time the movement of the hand with the turning of the waist. Let's just try that together. So from punch under elbow, the first half, you drop the hand to the hip joint. The second half, you lift. My head should stay, see, I need to change my screen again. The head stays straight ahead. The head stays forward on this one. The left hand stays forward on this one. Palm down stays where it is. Hand to hip, hand palm down. Turn back to face the screen and the hand folds in and the left hand turns over and the left foot raises, ready to step, no weight. So a few different things are happening here. We'll first look at the right hand and the hips. Turn half open, turn fully open, palm down. Turn back and it folds in. Try that a few times. Just try and get the coordination of how much you have to turn to get to here, how much you keep turning to get to here. And the turning takes place the whole time smoothly until you're in this position. And then as soon as you turn back, this folds in and you're aiming for one fist from the ear, aiming for this to fold in, one fist from the ear with the fingers of the right looking into the palm of the left. If I continue this in a straight line, I end up in the center of the palm of the left. So the right hand drops, lifts, folds. The left hand stays where it is, stays where it is. When I turn back, the shoulder's turning backwards. This draws the hand to this position. Right? The turning of the waist this way, back, turns the shoulder, pulls the hand to this position. So the left hand stays palm down for the first, for the opening, but turns palm up as you turn back. And if it's spaghetti arm, it won't do that. There needs to be a connection so the shoulder is connected to the arm. If it's spaghetti, the shoulder moves and the hand is too soft. It's too floppy. There needs to be an aliveness so the movement of the shoulder causes the hand to change. That's something eventually to work with, but I'm bringing that in because of Monique's question. The left foot, all the weight is in the right leg here. The left foot on the ground. You turn open. As you turn back, look at my left foot, the toes lift. As I fold in, as I turn back square, the toes lift. I'm facing straight ahead again. That's when I step. Stepping is shoulder width. And when I step so that my thigh is vertical. I don't step behind. See, my thigh is leaning backwards. I step so my thigh is vertical. My toes touch the ground. Then I move onto the back foot, changing hands. The front hand drawn into the hip. This hand that was at the ear stays where it is. It just moves downwards onto the center line. So it doesn't move forwards, it doesn't move backwards, it just stays where it was and drops. See, it's in line with the curtains at the back. It stays where it is, it just drops straight down. It's my body that moves away from my hand, not my hand moving away from my body. Let's practice. Punch under elbow. Turn open. Turn back. Toes up. Step. Pass the weight back. Now I'm in the left foot facing 9 o'clock. Start again, reset. Turn open, half turn, full turn, turn back, lifting the left toes, step, shoulder width, thigh vertical, sit straight back. As I sit back on the very first one, the front toes turn. Now my feet are parallel. And they stay parallel throughout this step back to repulse monkey. The feet stay parallel. It starts off with my right foot out to the angle. And I want that right foot, as the weight goes into the left, to turn on the heel, to bring the toes in. Now I'm on the left side. Let's do a left side when all the weight on the left leg. The hand is already at the hip. Turn open. Turn back, folding in the left arm, turning over the right, lifting the right toes. On the left side, turn open, head stays to the front, turn back, hand folds in, hand turns over, toes lift. All together. There's a lot going on here. It's really useful to do each part of those one at a time. Okay, in an hour's class, we haven't got long enough for your body to get used to it. Not long enough. You'll need to play with how do you coordinate that turn with that movement. It should be relatively easy because we've done ward off right before, haven't we? We've done this move before, where we go into press. This move on the left side is familiar. Now what we have to do is combine it with the hand turning over. So we sit back, we turn open, we turn back, hand turns over, foot lifts, step, sit back. And on the right side again, let's do the left a few times. Staying square. Turn open. Arm down, hand in the right position. Turn back. Fold. Right hand turns over, left hand folds into the ear, fingers looking into the hand, toes come up. Step. Thigh vertical. Sit straight back. Try a few times yourself on the right and then the left. And punch under elbow with all the weight. I'll do it facing this way so it's easier to follow. Turn open. Turn back. Toes up. Step left. Sit straight back. Turn the right toes in. All the weight in the left. Turn open. Turn back, right hand turns over, right toes up, sit straight, step straight back, thigh vertical, change the weight to the right foot, change hands. Now I'm ready for the right side. Turn open, turn back, left hand turns over, left toes up, step, parallel, sit straight back. Left side, turn open, turn back, right hand turns over, right toes up, sit straight back, turn open, turn back, step, sit back. When you can do the moves without thinking about them, then you can start to work more progressively really on the principles and making sure the principles are working well. the first thing is to get the coordination right and enjoy the process of laughing at yourself, right? Laughing at yourself. Why won't my body do what the heck I want it to do? Why when I do that move am I so unstable? Why is my left hand all over the place? These are funny things, right? But slowly we bring them into our domain, if you like, rather than control. We get used to working the whole body as a unit, which in a way is part of what Tai Chi is about, right? Getting more connected. Has anybody got any questions or any of those movements you want to see again or anything?
Just one. I think I know the answer, but I think there's no up and down. Are you
No.
keeping the body?
No, there's no up and down with this
No,
one.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's simply turn open, you turn back, you step back. There's no up and down with this one. Yeah. Any other thoughts or questions with this? Yeah, Andrew's got a question. You're still on mute, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just make the screen bigger so I can see you better. There you go.
When we go back and then turn, do we keep sort of facing that way, or does your head go straight in line with your body?
No, with this particular one, keep the focus to the front.
So you're going like that?
Yeah, you're in the moment, your left hand, which is at front, keep the focus left hand and forwards.
Okay.
So your focus is forwards. Your body's turning, but your head is to the front. Your body's turning, but your head is I'm turning.
Okay.
Your head is forward.
I find that quite difficult because I learned it that way, looking behind, because it was a case of looking behind to being attacked as well.
So one of the things
I learned that.
One of the things they say in Tai Chi that's helpful, once you understand some of the martial applications, is that this particular evasive action, step back to repulse monkey, is an attack from the front.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is someone's grabbing your hand, you are repulsing, pushing them away, but not doing it with your hand forwards, doing it by your body weight sitting back. And then this side, someone grabs this hand, repulse this way, someone grabs this wrist, push them this way. So you're kind of breaking a wrist lock by doing this movement by sitting back.
Right.
Because it's all to the front, you want your focus to the front, not to the side. Because if someone's coming to the front towards me, I don't want my head going over here, because that's the direction I want this movement to be. Yeah. So I think the martial applications are useful, but they teach us something, they don't teach us everything. Teach the intent, where the intention is, and the focus is definitely forwards on it. And forwards is facing 9 o'clock in the form, the directions towards 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thanks.
I'm not in a mood to give you a new move this week unless you really want one. You have to guide me with this, because I think there's quite a lot of information in what we've done in the class, and I don't want the class just to be packed with things to do and to learn. I want it to be much more about feeling, getting centered in ourselves. So you guide me if you want a new move or not. I'm seeing 3 shakes, 4 shakes. Molly wants a new move. Let's do one next week. We'll do the new move next week, definitely. Let's go from cross hands. I'm going to put the view back. From cross hands. So we want to go smoothly revise this section. So that step back to repulse monkey starts to become more and more familiar, and we feel more at home in the posture without having to think too much about it. So just like now, embrace tiger return to mountain starting to feel more and more familiar. So too will the other moves as well. We start with our feet parallel. Body upright, body released, hands nice and open and crossed. Space underneath the arms, one span between the body and the elbow. Sink towards the right foot. Remember, this is the body sinking, the knees bending, the knees bending, the knees bending, the weight's in the same part of the foot. Everything finishes together. Remember how all that comes into the first loosening exercise. Open the left toes with this one. Open the left toes. Lift and turn. Pass the weight to the left foot. Keep turning. Fold in the left, sit away from the right. Pivot on the ball of the right. Slide in the right, keep turning. Step with the right heel, keep turning. Move into the 50-50. Keep turning so the hands offering with the left on top, the right underneath, parallel to the thigh, offering to Hapos 4. Everything to Hapos 4. Turning the hips, 5 o'clock. Turning back to Hapos 4, the hands turn over, like driving a car here around a steering wheel. The hands turn over. Sit back. All the weight is on the left foot. Turn open. Turn back. Move in and press. Find the feet. Press. Sit back. All the weight in the left foot. Move in. Find the feet. Push. Sit back. Find the feet. The left foot. Upright. Settle. Turn. Keep the weight in the center of the foot. Pass the weight to the right foot. Turn it. Keep the weight in the center of the foot. Drop the left hand underneath. Hold the hook. Turn. Lift up the left fingers. Slide in the left foot. Step out to 10. Single whip facing 10. Settle into the posture. Sit back. Find the right foot, long in the arms, turn. Turn back, anti-clockwise, step left, begin to sink the arms. Move on to the left foot, keep turning, step right. Move on to the right foot, keep turning, dropping the arms. Everything finishes with the arms low, all the weight in the right foot, no weight in the ball of the left. Turn and jab to 10. All the weight in the right. Turn to 9 o'clock, push out the right heel. We're going to go into step back to repulse monkey. First on the right side. Drop the hand to the hip, lift the hand palm down. Turn back, fold in the right, turn over the left. Left toes come up, step. Thigh vertical, sit back. Turn in the right toes. Settle. Make sure you're comfortable and upright over the left and you finish the move. No weight in the right, facing 9 o'clock, keeping the head to 9 o'clock. Turn open, turn back, step, sit straight back until all your weight is 100% in the right. Second on the right, turn open. Keep the head to 9 o'clock. Turn back. Left hand turns over, left toes come up. Fingers of the right looking into the left. Step straight behind. Left foot. Turn open. Turn back. Step right. Sit straight back. Turn open on the right. Turn back. Step left. Sit straight. Then open on the left. And turn back. 3 on each side. Good. I don't think we'd have had enough time to do a new move anyway, because we're getting 2 minutes before the end of the class. So I think we've covered things pretty well tonight. Are there any thoughts your side before we close for this evening? Yeah, try and bring those loosening exercise number 1 and 2 into your routine. Try and change your routine so that over this term, we start to include the 5 exercises as part of our routine. 2 minutes each is plenty. That's 10 minutes of the loosening exercises, and then going through the form to where we are in the form, 5 minutes. That's a nice little 15-minute routine, which of course you can extend if you want, but I would say that would be a good way to get you into your practice. Good. Excellent. If there's nothing else, I shall leave you and send you the recording tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a really good week. Thank you. Bye for now.